Investor Day 2021 was a virtual event where Cisco's executive leadership team showcased the company's multi-year vision and strategy, provided an update to their business transformation, and highlighted the large market opportunities to drive long-term growth. Joining us today to tell us more is Cisco EVP and Chief Financial Officer, Scott Herren. Welcome, Scott.
Thanks, Stephanie. It's great to be here.
So, Scott, when Chuck Robbins became CEO in 2015, he had the aim of increasing Cisco revenue from software sales. Can you talk about how the company has transformed since then, and why is that so important?
We've grown from, at the time the year that Chuck became CEO, a little more than $8 billion in software revenue, to the year we just closed at $15 billion in software revenue. So almost doubled throughout Chuck's tenure. More importantly is we've more than tripled the amount of that software revenue that comes from subscription, right? And why that's important is if you think about the revenue stacking of a subscription model, right? So sell 100 subscriptions in 1 year, find 100 customers the next year, sell 100 more, renew 90% of what you sold last year. You see how that stacks up for growth. Go to the next year, renew 90% of those, put 100 customers on top. That revenue stacking is not only driving growth for the company, it's also providing a base that's far more predictable. It's far easier to understand exactly what you're going to drive in revenue the next year. So we've made huge strides on that front.
Absolutely. Scott, can you tell me how having more SaaS offerings is beneficial to both our customers and our investors?
From an investor standpoint and from an employee standpoint, it's that revenue stacking effect, right? Investors will pay more for $1 of recurring revenue than they will for $1 of one-time revenue, because it's more stable, it's more predictable, it's easier to understand, there's less volatility there. From a customer standpoint, if they buy from us something up front, the risk of them getting value is totally on them, right? If we sell them a subscription and they don't get value, they're not going to renew a year later. So that puts more of the onus on us as the provider to ensure those customers are getting value from those offerings. So it's better moving to this as a service model. It's not just better for us and better for our investors, it's better for our customers and partners as well.
Finally, Scott, I would love to know, what additional tech trends are you seeing coming down the line, and how can Cisco take advantage and innovate to differentiate ourselves from the competition?
We're on the leading edge of what I think are multiple, multi-year investment trends from our customers. Things like 5G, right? That's a multi-year investment trend that's going to continue ahead of us. Look at where we're headed with networking as a service and our SaaS model. Cisco Plus selling networking as a service, that's a multi-year trend that's out in front of us. The work that Jonathan and team have done on Silicon One, right? We've invested in that. We've innovated quite heavily in that. Obviously, hybrid work is a multi-year investment trend. If the pandemic has taught us anything, it's taught us that the world is not going to work the way it did before. We've invested heavily in those technologies, from the networking to the collaboration tools as well. So we're really well positioned with a lot of innovation that the company has invested in over the last several years that will drive our growth over the next several years. It's a great time to be here.
Scott, thank you so much for your insight. If you are looking for more information, you can check out newsroom.cisco.com.